So you may not, that's my daughter. So you may not catch this live, but you may catch it on a replay. So my name is Zakia, also going by SoapLadyZ here on the YouTube internet live streaming streets. And I just got me a brand new MacBook Air. I'm really excited about it. I was going to try and do like a fake unboxing because I had opened it up, but then I said, ooh, this would be a really good YouTube video. So that's what you're getting. So you heard my daughter in the background because she heard me say, hey, everybody. That's normally her cue for her to follow up and say, hey, everybody. Like, that's just her thing. She's 3. Her name is Paige. You'll hear a lot of her on my live streams. That's just the way life goes. So the interesting thing about this, when I ordered it, Apple gives you an option of comparing a MacBook Pro versus a MacBook Air. And I swore I had chose the Pro when I added it in my cart. If you are live here, make sure you say hi, give me a thumbs up. If you've never been here before, but you want to come back at a later date, make sure that you subscribe. I don't know how the comments work on here. It's just, hopefully it'll show up. That's all I'm saying. So, when I got to the store, I am from Philadelphia, so the Eagles actually were doing their parade today because they won. Hey, Zakia, I'm glad you're okay, hun. I'm doing a lot better, Drea. I go in for surgery tomorrow. I actually tore my, or I ruptured my Achilles tendon, but they are telling me that things are going to be okay. I have to be in a cast for 2 weeks and then another 6 weeks in a boot. So we shall see how that goes. I'm a little bit nervous, but life goes on, you know. It gives you a chance to have a little bit of a break. What? Surgery. Yes, surgery. That's the only way for them to heal it the right way. So here is the Mac. I already took the top off. I couldn't even fake it. Let me show you. I even tried to get it to be like right back in, but I think the people at Apple, they have like a special way of packaging this. So I couldn't get this back in here. So there was no way for me to fake it. Like, this is the first time I'm opening it. So I did open it, but I saved the plastic for all of you right here on YouTube. So it's an official unboxing. Okay. But it's not your typical unboxing because you're looking at me and not just the MacBook. So it's not a whole lot of extra stuff in here, that's for sure. Looks like they give you a power cord for charging. Then you also get this little information doohickey tool where there is information doohickey tool, but it's an information pamphlet, just in case you were wondering. So they give you like your little Apple stickers. You can't see that because my lighting is sucking. Not a professional YouTuber yet, but give me time. Then there's like the little MacBook Air info. And then I was saying on another broadcast, more companies need to be like Apple. You want to know why they need to be like Apple? Because, look at this. This is all you get in terms of instructions. The rest of the instructions are going to come when we power this on. So here's the thing with me and Apple products. I have been a Windows person my entire life, and that's simply because every job that I've worked at, that's what they had, and so that's what I brought. But more and more, I'm doing a lot more with video, and so when it was time for me to go ahead and get a brand new laptop, I decided I was going to go ahead and get a MacBook Air. I already have an iPhone. I already have an iPad regular size, an iPad mini. It just makes sense for me to get a MacBook. So now for the main event right here. So what we're going to do is take this little piece off somehow, some way. It's very light. I will say that. That makes me nervous that it's so light because it feels like I may drop it. But when you realize how much you spent on the daggone thing, you're probably going to be a little more careful. Now, won't you? Yes, you will. All right. So let's get this plastic off. And in terms, one thing that, you know what? It was not a mistake that I ended up getting this one. Because what I was nervous about when I was looking at YouTube videos on here, the ports. it was the ports that made me, now that I'm looking at the sides and what's available on here, on the newest MacBook Pro, you only get those Thunder ports. You get two Thunder ports like this. That's all. You no longer get the SD card reader. You no longer get the USB ports, and you don't get the headphone jack. Now, I like to think that I'm moving with the times and all of that, but I'm not that quick with moving with the times. A lot of my devices still have that USB. I looked at a lot of YouTube videos where they were talking about the different dongles that you could get that would give you all of the extra ports. But now I remember that was why I decided on the Air when I was doing the comparison. So I did upgrade the memory on mine. Thank you, Zakia. I got my notifications in my book shipment. Yay! I am so excited. So I'm going to do a little bit of a pause, guys, because you may not know. Not only do I make soap, I teach people how to make soap. And I am recently a published author of my second book, the new Soap Maker's Cookbook, Making Cold Processed Soap from Scratch. Okay, that's that part. But a lot of you are here for the apple, so I'm going to stick to the script. I'm so glad. You should get it in about 2 days, Drea, if that. And so as you can see, this has additional ports. So you have the USB port, you have the earphone jack port, and then you also have the port for actually charging the laptop. And then over here, it has the SD card reader. That Mac Air is paper thin. I haven't opened it up yet. I'm keeping up with the suspense, guys. It was very hard for me not to start playing with this, but I'm going to be out of the office for 2 weeks sitting on the couch. That's going to give me plenty of time to play with this and enough time for me to actually talk to you on this broadcast. So that was the deciding factor for me. I was not ready to give up on all of the ports just yet. I still have a lightning port, so that's cool. And I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right, but on the newest MacBook Pros, you only get 2 of these. All of the other ports are gone. And I wasn't concerned with the touch bar because I have the iPhone X. I also have the iPhone 7 Plus. Now, the 7 Plus, it has the touch with the finger, and it wasn't that exciting to me. So I felt like I was getting exactly what I was going to need with the MacBook Air. So let me get this open. I should probably, it's very hard to do without having it. Let me turn it this way first, and then I'll let you guys see my reaction. There we go. That was a fake reaction in case you were wondering. Like, it hadn't even opened yet. Very nice. Okay. But it looks very similar. So let's see. If we turn it on, do we have to plug it in? We don't have to plug it in. You heard the ding. There's a little apple. It's very lightweight. So this is and the back still lights up. On the newer ones, look at that, guys. The apple does not light up anymore. So win-win. Win-win. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So not only do we have the extra ports, but we also have these here. I am actually getting a logo done for my company in the shape of this apple. So that's what's going to be on the back of the apple. Somebody gave me a thumbs up. Whoever you are, you're cool. So we're still waiting for this to boot up. And while we're doing that, I'm going to tell you who I am. So I am Zakia of naturalsoapbyzakia.com and livesoapschool.com. I absolutely love live streaming and I love video creation. I'm not a professional videographer, but I love being able to show my craft in different ways, leveraging video. And I also like meeting people from all over the world. So live streaming actually makes that possible. So when this boots up, the first thing it's asking me to do is choose my language, I believe.
To use English as the main language, press the return key.
And there's some audio feedback. I pressed return. Now what do you want me to do? By using the software, you agree. Where am I? Guys, I'm in the United States. So I'm going to say enter for the US and continue. It's not working. It's not working. Come on, Apple. Do you need to hear instructions for setting up your Mac? To learn how to use VoiceOver to set up your computer, press the escape key now. That's not what I want to do. I want the US and I want to continue. So I double tapped and now the little spin wheel is going. So it's like a rainbow. It's whatever. You guys know what the spin wheel looks like. So it's trying to figure out, are you really sure? And now here's the thing. We just reset our Wi-Fi password. Do I remember that Wi-Fi password? That's going to be the interesting part, guys, on if I can actually recall what that password is. So this is still spinning, spinning, spinning. How long does it normally take? If you're an Apple person and you got a brand new one, or you just...
Mac OS contains a built-in screen reader called VoiceOver. If you know how to use VoiceOver, press Command F5 now to turn it on and set up your Mac. If you would like to learn how to use VoiceOver to set up your Mac, press the escape key.
I don't want to do that. I don't want voice.
VoiceOver on Setup Assistant. Window, table, row 1 of 240. United States, selected as keyboard focus. You are currently on a table. To enter this table, press Control, Option, Shift, down arrow.
I don't need all that. See what I'm saying? I don't want that. Why is voice even turned on? Did they think I couldn't read?
VoiceOver off.
There we go. It's off now. Okay. So we want United States and we want to continue. So continue, darn it. Oh, let me go back. I don't know what that other screen was. I was a little too quick on the draw there. Let's pick our Wi-Fi. No, I want that one. And this, I remember being the hardest part. Selection. Not working, guys. I'm just tap, 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 and it's not going. Oh, I was about to show you guys my password. You were going to let me too, weren't you? Like, yeah, go ahead, type it in. Type it in so we can, I don't know. What can you do with somebody's Wi-Fi password? Nothing. Because I don't live near you. But it doesn't want to let me in, guys. Boom. It's connecting. So in case you were wondering, our Wi-Fi is now connecting. And how do you want to transfer your information? We're not going to transfer any information right now. So let's go ahead and click continue. Huh? Oh, you're on the phone. And so we're going to do continue again. Now love that my son's got one. Oh, hey, Miss Francis. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in. So listen, do you see the problem with passwords that we have going on? I'm already at the second password. First, it wanted my Wi-Fi password. Now it's going to want my Apple ID password. Give me strength. There better not be any more. There's going to be more for every app that I install, because of course we're going to install Facebook, and of course we're going to install Instagram, all those other social media things, and every one of them I have a different password. Paige, I'm live streaming. She doesn't care at all. And continue. Now, I'm not going to, a message, uh-oh. Sorry, guys, I got a sign-in request going on. Oh, I gotta be careful on this foot. Let's allow it. And I gotta enter this passcode. I don't know, are you freezing on YouTube? And let's say okay again. I'm new to the YouTube. Took me forever to find a chat. Listen, I don't even know. I'm new to live streaming on YouTube. I'm trying to get used to the live streaming, but we shall see. So I'm going to agree. So the next screen that it's asking you to do is go through the terms and conditions. So we have the software license, the privacy policy, game center, and warranty. Here's the thing. They're all probably about 20 pages each, and I'm going to do exactly what my mom told me to never do. And I'm just going to agree to everything. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So that is now agreeing. It's saying, so create a computer account, and it already thinks, does that what it thinks my full name is SoapLadyZ Ringgold. That's interesting. So I'm going to, this will be the name of your home folder. All right, so we'll make our home folder. And I'll put my real name as the full name. How about that? And we have to set a admin password, so that's what we're going to do. The only thing, guys, your comments disappear on the live stream. Like after you sit, I don't see it anymore. So maybe there is a way here that I'll be able to do that. Allow my Apple ID to reset this password. Yeah, we'll do that. And we're going to continue. So it's creating a computer account. Wow, we see each other. Yeah, I can see your picture, Miss Francis. Now, did my password come up on that little screen back there? So it's setting up my iCloud account now. You guys can't see it. It's a horrible glare. Yeah, you can't really see that. So I think if I'm ever going to have the screen, I'm probably going to have to use like a broadcasting software. But for today, you guys get to look at the very pretty apple and listen to me audibly describe my experience of setting this up. So we are at 16 minutes, and I think I talked for about 7 of those minutes. So far it's been about 8 or 9 minutes of the unboxing to get to the actual home screen and start installing different apps and just kind of getting a feel for it. So it says it's setting up my account. You have signed into your Apple ID for iCloud, Apple Music, and iTunes. The features and settings below will be set up for you. Siri, who doesn't love Siri? Sorry, Alexa. Alexa, how do you feel about Siri?
I'm partial to all AIs.
She doesn't care. Okay, so we're good there. So there won't be any competition between the AI on my MacBook and the AI in my Echo device. Okay. All your files, and no, I am not doing that because they are stored somewhere else. And we'll say continue. File Vault disk encryption. Would you like to use File Vault to encrypt the disk on your Mac? Negative. So we're going to go ahead and continue. And now it says setting up your Mac. Check, check, check. That's happening. I'm interested to... I love my iPad Pro. My son got me, but you're thinking about getting a MacBook. Yes. We're there. We are there. We have gotten to the home screen, guys. Can you see that? And it says we've been on for 18 minutes, and we are at the point where we can actually start using this device. So let's see if I can get to iTunes. Not going to play any music. Yeah, I'm wanting air. Yeah, baby. Okay, I got to agree more terms that I'm not going to read. But, you know, we agreed to it. Your Apple ID and phone number are now being used for iMessage and FaceTime on a new Mac. Well, thank you, Apple. I had no idea. Let's go ahead and say okay. So you guys are on my phone, but that's also... Reminders would like to use your current location. Okay. Calendar would like you... Okay. Welcome. Agree. My music. Oh, it has my old playlist in here, but the songs are not in here. Alrighty. So let me come here. Sorry, guys. That would be a fire truck going down. And we're going to go to where it all started, where I was a twinkle in my live streaming eye. I'm going to go to Periscope TV because this is what I did when I was in the Apple Store. It was kind of cool. And I'm going to go to my page, and we're going to see how it plays on here. Boom. That's just so I can hear what the speakers sound like. Oh, there's no scroll. There's no scroll. You got to use your fingers. And then it automatically scrolls for you. And I guess we'll go to the Making Emulsified Sugar Scrub Live. Oh, did I have music on in that one? There's so many broadcasts that I do and I have music. I got to get better. Let's turn them up. Oh, click to unmute. Darn it, there's music. I knew better. I knew better. Let's go to cutting soap and stuff. Yeah, I was just on Instagram, so I decided to come on over here because I haven't been on here. So, hi guys. I'm Zakia. If you've never seen it's music on there too. I'm so sorry. So, sounds pretty good, but I probably would want some additional speakers. Hush your mouth. Stop talking, girl. Okay, so the picture is great. Wow, great sound. Yes, the sound is good. It's a very thin device. I think I do want a keyboard cover because a lot of times when I am working, I have just eaten something and I don't want that to impact the keyboards. But I will say this is a really nice device. It's a really, really nice device. I will see how the video production goes. Great quality picture. Yeah, it's coming through like clear as day. So if you guys are watching this on the YouTube site and you're like, what are you watching? This is Periscope. This is the app that I started live streaming on about 2 years ago now, 2.5 years ago. And I still live stream on there today. And it's just allowing me to actually see how the internet browser as well as the sound works. So I have 2 weeks to really get used to this device, and I will come back in about 2 weeks. Well, I'll be on. No, I won't be on. But I'll be on in between posting. So make sure you are connected with me on Instagram and Facebook, and subscribe here to the channel. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Natural Soap by Zakia. I will put that in the comments down below. And I will check back in and let you know how this Windows girl is converting over to the Mac world. Like I said, the biggest reason was I have an iPhone 10, an iPhone 7 Plus. I also have an iPad mini and an iPad Pro. I tweeted the thank you, and because I have already been so intertwined in the Apple ecosystem, it just made sense for me to get a laptop where I can take advantage of having all of those different pieces. And I forgot about the comparison between the ports. Wow, you got a basket full of apples. Yes! Apple pie, Apple. But you're talking about the devices. But I do have several different Apple devices. And I wanted to be able to do a little bit of video editing, not video creation. I use my phone. Sorry, guys. I'm getting like a message that my battery is going to die. I'm at 20%. So we're going to tie this up, wrap it up, put a bow on there. So I do a lot with video. So I want to be able to edit my videos, and I have found that the old laptop that I currently have is very slow. So I'll spend a lot of time watching that circle just go around and around and around. So I wanted more processing power, and I was going to get that with probably a Windows computer as well. But I wanted to leverage the fact that I have all these other Apple devices and see how I could use them all complementary. And finally, the deciding factor for me between a MacBook Air, do you have photo? I have Creative Cloud, so I do have Photoshop. I also have InDesign. But for the video, now for me, what I'm going to be figuring out is if I'm going to be using Adobe Premiere or Final Cut Pro. So they're the two that I'll be looking at this week. I feel strange. I can't tap any hearts, LOL. But now your finger doesn't get carpal tunnel, Drea. Your finger won't get carpal tunnel. So for me, the ports were my deciding factor for an Air versus a Pro. My son loves Final Cut Pro. Yeah, see, and depending on who the person is, who you talk to, the half of them will say I love Adobe Premiere. Others will say that they love Final Cut Pro. I have gigabytes and gigabytes, almost a terabyte of video that is stored, and I need to do something with that. And in order for me to do something with that, I could not depend on my laptop that I had from about 7 years ago. He's an Apple guy, but I love Photoshop Creative Cloud. Yeah, the nice thing about that is, well, Creative Cloud, you can store a lot of your stuff in the cloud with Adobe. And because they make so many graphic design programs, I am not a graphic designer whatsoever. Or they're a multimedia company, I would say. So they have a lot of complementary products. And so, but I'm not a pro at either one. I'm not a pro at Adobe Premiere. I'm definitely not a pro at Adobe Photoshop, but luckily we got this thing called YouTube, and you can learn anything on YouTube if you just give yourself the time. And I'm going to have nothing but time for the next 2 weeks. So I'm going to do a comparison between, if I can learn Photoshop, anyone can. Trust me. I'm going to do a comparison between Final Cut Pro and Adobe Premiere. So when I come back in 2 weeks and I tell you how I'm doing with the transition over to a MacBook Air coming from a Windows, what my experience is like trying to get the apps that I really, really love. There was one app that I used to use, which was called Scrivener, and that allowed me to write books. I never published any of them because that computer is dead. I can't get to the stuff. But there's a ton, and I remember liking that for writing books. And I just got to start playing around in the App Store and try not to do what I typically do with my like, I love getting a brand new iPhone. And the reason for that is you're starting with a clean slate. And what I want to try to do with this is to only have apps installed that I absolutely need. Not, oh, I just read a review on it, so I'm going to install it, and then it's just like taking up space. Because what that does is it makes me less focused on what I need to be doing. So I'll be installing minimum apps on here and just using this for expanding on the video production that I'm doing, as well as trying to be a little bit more productive in developing standard operating procedures and whatnot. So I'm glad that this is playing, guys, because this is giving me a false sense of hearts tapping on the screen. So I am Zakia of Natural Soap by Zakia. I hope you enjoyed our MacBook Air unboxing. Make sure that you leave me some comments. I'm going to close this so you guys can see the nice, you can see the Apple logo on here, and I went with the MacBook Air. I went with the MacBook Air for the ports. I'm not ready to buy a whole bunch of dongles and rongles and songles and all of that. But I am ready to get very productive and to really start honing in on my video editing and whatnot. So I am very glad that all of you were able to join me live. Drea, Miss Francis, I appreciate you being here, sharing it out. Somebody gave me a thumbs up. Don't know who that was, but thank you for doing that. And until next time, stay connected. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't know where it's going to be, but I'm going to look on the replay. And if it's down there, click it. Oh, well, congratulations on your Mac. You have entered the dark side. You have an iPhone X. You have an iPhone 7 Plus. You have an iPad Mini. And you have an iPad Pro. If you don't get productive, you have just wasted your time. And you have a MacBook Air. So I have 5 Apple thingamajiggers. I also have an iPhone 6. So I have 6 Apple products. You are totally in now with Apple. Yeah, like they've got me. They've reeled me in completely. So it says we have been on for 29 minutes and 43 seconds. Didn't think I could drag this out for 30 minutes, but we did it. So thank you again for joining me. I am SoapLadyZ, and we're blogging a little bit about technology. Vlogging. I'll see you later. Bye, guys. And I'll let you know how the surgery goes. See you later.